the Sorcerer with with uh with Magica, the spell. I mean, how badass is that? But unfortunately, due to the fact that she only appeared in 7 episodes, kind of is the reason she's dropped. But there's no doubt in those 7 episodes she became popular. She showed she had the potential. She showed she could be badass. She showed she can have more to offer in more episodes if they had given her more screen time than just the 7 they put her in. There's no doubt in my mind she could have had more screen time, folks. No doubt. But unfortunately, Disney didn't allow that to happen. And that's why Morgana ended up at number 10. Again, she has, just in the 7 episodes she was in, she proved she had more to offer than probably any other character on that show. Darkwing excluded. Even Gosling. She even outshined Gosling. Let's put it that way. So, I don't know why they didn't use her much more. But like I said, she's on the freaking cover of issue 7 of Darkwing Duck from Boom Studios. What does that tell you? And it's a badass cover with her battling it out with Magica Dispel. But again, she even outshined Gosling, who became a popular character because of Darkwing Duck. She even outshined her in some ways, and I think many people would agree. But again, unfortunately, Disney did not give her the opportunity to appear in more episodes, which I think would have really benefited her. But still, she cracks the top 10 at number 10 of the top 12 Disney Afternoon females, in my opinion. Number 9 is Ursa Barbic from the Gummy Bears. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This girl is so badass, she should be higher. Well, just like Morgana, unfortunately, she only appeared in a few episodes. Return to You Sailor, the one where she's training Buddy to be she's training Buddy to be for that test that he has to do. As well as she appeared in the final episode of the King Inkthorn miniseries, the final episode of the Gummy Bears. Unfortunately, she did not appear in anything else. All I know is she did about 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes. Now, I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, that's less than Morgana. Morgana should be higher. That is true, but here's the thing. Morgana, 7 episodes and everything, that's true. But with Ursa basically came before Morgana. And Ursa was the first, as far as I'm concerned, the first badass female that Disney ever had. Even if it was for 3 to 5 episodes she appeared in, she was the first badass female Disney Afternoon ever had. And the Disney Afternoon ever had, period. I mean, you get in this girl's face, she'll get in yours. You try to get physical with her, she'll kick your ass. That's exactly what Ursa was portrayed as, no doubt about it. Yeah, she could be a motherly figure too, there's no doubt about it. She could be a big sister figure. Motherly and big sister figure to someone like Buddy. No doubt about it. But the thing is, this girl was the first badass character Disney and the Disney Afternoon that I've ever seen, honestly. From Disney and Disney Afternoon. First badass character. And again, like Morgana, she wouldn't be the last, but she was badass, no doubt about it. And to me, I really think that just like with Morgana, if they put in her in more episodes, besides just the 3 or 5 that she appeared in, she would have had a lot more to offer. You would have seen a lot more. I mean, fans do fan fiction that show that she has more to offer. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you, folks? That fans are willing to do fan fiction stories on this girl with the fact that she has more to offer than just what we see. I mean, what does that tell you, folks? What does that tell you? It tells me a lot. I mean, this is Courtney Williams that is, that one of her most popular characters is, one of her favorite characters is Ursa. And she does a lot of fan fiction stories and fan art on this girl. So what does that tell you? She even does some fan vids on YouTube about her. Again, what does that tell you? That tells you this character is popular among the fans. And that just like with Morgana, if she'd been given more screen time, a little bit more episodes to appear in, she would definitely had more to contribute than just what she did in the 3 to 5 episodes. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But still, she left such an impression, in my opinion, as the first badass female character that ever appeared in a Disney Afternoon series that we had ever seen. So that's why Ursa is number 9 on this countdown. Number 8, this is from Bonkers as well. Number 8 is Miranda Wright. Now, Miranda appeared in 19 episodes. Actually, 20 if you count New Partners on the Block. And you want to talk about a badass character. Someone that was badass at times, but was also very loving, very caring, and very understanding of Bonkers. In fact, if you wanted to say someone had an inner tune within them, like there's like people use the saying, that people have inner childs within them. Miranda has an inner tune, because if you watch the episode, The Tune That Ate Hollywood, towards the end of it, she proves it. She proves that she can have an inner tune. In fact, if they would have done an episode to where Miranda would go in a machine that temporarily turns humans into tunes, and she would go in there and come out maybe as a female feline tune version of herself, there's potential right there. But of course that never happened. But again, Miranda, I'll tell you this about Miranda. Again, not only was she badass because when she got in a criminal's face, she kicked ass. There's no doubt about it. But the thing about Miranda, she was very, very loving and very, very understanding. I mean, unlike Lucky Paquel, she actually sometimes encouraged Bonkers to be wacky and be silly. But she also took things seriously. There's no doubt about that. In fact, when Bonkers thought Lucky was dead, who was the first person to comfort him? Miranda. Miranda was the first person to comfort him. I mean, think about it. Out of all the characters in the Bonkers series, she was the first one. In fact, in the episode Crippling Rivalry, she's trying to call up the TV station. Bonkers calls it before her. She's watching on TV, and she's hearing Bonkers basically saying, "Hey, I don't want Miranda to get hurt. I will do what I have to do. I will turn in my badge to make sure my friend doesn't get hurt." And Miranda's, she's holding the phone to her chest, like the phone to her heart, basically, like she's looking at this, and she's like, "No, don't do this." She doesn't, because she cares about him. She doesn't want to see him go. She doesn't want to see him go. I mean, again, she's more tolerant and sometimes more encouraging than Lucky ever was. And again, she's very accepting and understanding of how Bonkers is. I mean, when Bonkers does a side job where he works for the Stork Exchange in the episode The Stork Exchange, and she starts noticing that he's tired at work, that he's not full of the energy he usually is full of, That's when she figures it out. But she doesn't get on his case and say, well, you shouldn't be doing this. You should quit that job. She doesn't do that. She just tells him, well, you got to be careful and don't let, like the boss, Sergeant Grading, find out. I mean, what more can you ask out of a character, even for 19 episodes? Especially when you hear that this character was originally slated for the whole 65. I mean, what more can you ask? I can't think of much. I mean, she even trusts the welfare of her nephew in Bonker's hands. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, folks? Tells you a lot. Tells you a lot. To me, it tells me a lot. Tells me definitely a lot. I mean, even in dreams, she's helpful. So, what more can you ask out of a character? And that is why Miranda is number 8 on this countdown. Yes, she only appeared in 19 to 20 episodes, but what more can you ask? So that is why Miranda is number 8 on this countdown. You may want to rank her higher, go ahead. But that's why she's number 8 on the top 12 Disney Afternoon females. Number 7. Number 7 is Peg from Goof Troop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where do I start with this character? How about the fact that this character is so badass that even her husband fears her? I mean, she's just like Miranda. She's loving, she's caring, but when she gets badass, when she becomes badass and gets in people's faces, she'll get in your face. And you talk about letting her voice and letting her voice speak her words, if you know what I mean. You want to talk about being a mouthpiece. You want to talk about someone that's, can literally let her mouth do the talking for her. This woman will do it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, she will do it. I mean, let me put it to you like this. There have been episodes to where when she gets in Pete's face, oh man, let the fur fly, man. Let the fur fly. In fact, I remember there's the episode where Pete literally steals the Hawaiian vacation away from Goofy and Max. And what does she do? As soon as Pete walks in the door, and what does she tell? What does she tell the guys? What does she tell Goofy? How she's going to deal with it? She says, "I'm going to use my secret weapon." And then when Max asks her, "Well, what's that?" She says, "My mouth." And literally, as soon as Pete gets up the driveway, as soon as Pete drives up the driveway, gets out of the car, gets ready to walk in the house, we have PJ counting down, going, "Okay, Houston, we got to contact an ETA. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bam, man. I mean, this woman is like, honestly, if she was my wife, I would not want to piss her off. Literally, I would not want to piss her off. No way. No way, Jose. I mean, I do not know what's it going to take for Pete to realize, okay, I've shown that I can be romantic. I've shown that I can be nice. I've shown that I can be a good guy. I've shown that I can do the right thing. What's it going to take for her to get off my case when sometimes I want to do something self-centered? What's it going to take? Not much. Probably the fact that Pete needs to realize that if you want to keep your wife, you don't want your wife